Hello boys and girls, Miss Holloway here. You should be on reteaching 8-7, dividing with 0 and 1. There are special rules to follow when dividing by 1 or 0. So when any number is divided by 1, the quotient is that number. Very similar to when you're multiplying by 1, the product is the number that you're multiplying by 1. So 8 times 1 is 8, 7 times 1 is 7, 1 times 6 is 6. Same with dividing by 1. Any number that's divided by 1, the quotient is that number. Here's your example. 7 divided by 1 equals 7. 1 times what number equals 7? 7. So 7 divided by 1 equals 7. Okay, when any number except 0 is divided by itself, the quotient is 1. 8 divided by 8 equals 1. So I'm going to show you what that looks like if this was a multiplication problem. You would have 8 equals 8 times what? What would you multiply by 8 to get 8? 1. Because 1 times any number is that number. So here's what this problem would look like. 7 equals 1 times what? 7. 7 times 1 equals 7. Okay, so if you have a number and it's dividing by itself, by that same number, your answer will always be 1. So another example might be 5 divided by 5 equals 1. Okay, now let's get to dividing with 0. 0 has a special rule. Now I've taught you when you are dividing that the largest number has to come first. The largest number has to be your dividend. Remember, largest number in the front, on the top, and in the box. However, when you're dividing by 0, the 0 has to be in the front, no matter what number you are dividing by. And I will show you why. So the example was 0 divided by 5 equals. Okay, so let's talk about this. This is the dividend. This is the group, the total, the amount you're starting with. We're starting with nothing. The divisor is your number of groups. So I can draw 5 groups and put 0 in the groups and then end up with 0 in each group. However, if I switched these two numbers and put the largest number in the front, like I had taught you about before about the other problems, let's see. This is our number of groups, right? Okay, I cannot draw 0 groups and then put 5 in and share them amongst 0 groups. That's impossible. Okay, so it cannot, when you're dividing by 0, you cannot put the largest number in the front. It has to be 0 in the front. So I can take 0 divided by 10, and I can draw 10 groups and put 0 in each group, and I'm going to get 0 in each group. If I flip-flop this around, I cannot draw 0 groups and then take 10 and divide them amongst the 0 groups because I have 0 groups. So when you're dividing with 0, you have to put the 0 in the front, even though it's the smallest number. That's a strange rule, but that's just how you have to do it. Okay, so let's go to number 1. Some of these problems are not going to look normal, but that's okay. I'm going to show you why. All right, I have 25 divided by 1. If I'm using our rule about when any number is divided by 1, the quotient is that number, then our answer would be 25. 9 divided by 9, okay, so I have a number divided by itself, which would equal 1, because I can draw 9 groups And I can take the number 9 and divide that out amongst each group, and there would be 1 in each group. 0 divided by 8. I can draw 8 groups and put nothing in the groups, and then I will have 0 in each group. 6 divided by 6 is 1, because if I have 6 people with 6 pieces of candy, everybody gets 1 piece of candy. 4 divided by 1. Okay, I have a number dividing by 1, so the quotient's always going to be that number. All right, let's look here. Now I have a division box, so whatever's in the box is going to be what number would normally come first, like up here. So this would look like 7 divided by 1. Okay, and that would be 7. 12 divided by 12 is 1. Okay, 0 divided by 17, that would look like this, because 0's in the front. I can draw 17 groups and put 0 in all the groups and get 0. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 9 divided by 1 is 9. Okay, numbers 11 and 12. I'm going to compare. So I need to solve each side first, and then I can use the comparison symbols. 15 divided by 1 is 15, and 15 divided by 15 is 1. So 15 is greater than 1. And then I have 0 divided by 12 is 0, and 12 divided by 12 is 1. 1 is greater than 0. All right, turn the page and you're doing the practice side on your own. Good luck.